Scientists found something down there. Something they haven't told you about. The deepest place on Earth, 36,000 feet below the surface, and they sent a camera down. The footage? Classified for 11 months. No one explained why. Here's what we do know. Something moved in that footage. Something large. Something that shouldn't exist. And the moment researchers filed the full report, the file went dark. The Mariana Trench is not just deep, it is incomprehensible. If you dropped Mount Everest into it, the peak would still be a mile underwater. The pressure down there is 1,000 times what you feel standing outside right now. We have explored less than 0.001% of it, less than the surface of Mars. And we've been told nothing big can survive down there. Too cold, too dark, too much pressure. But what if that's exactly what something evolved to use as a hiding place? What if the pressure isn't a barrier? It's a shield. Here's what's real. In 2012, James Cameron descended to the bottom of the Mariana Trench alone. He described it as, and I'm quoting, desolate, devoid of all life. But microbiologists who analyzed his samples later found organisms no one had ever cataloged. Life forms adapted to zero light, zero warmth, and crushing atmospheric weight. Alive, thriving, unknown. If microscopic life found a way, what else did? In 1997, Noe hydrophones picked up a sound from the Pacific Ocean. They called it the bloop. It was ultra-low frequency, enormous amplitude, powerful enough to be detected by sensors 5,000 kilometers apart. It matched the acoustic profile of a living creature far larger than any animal currently on the official record. They triangulated the source. It came from near the Mariana Trench. But here's the real question. Why did Noe stop looking? This has happened before. We used to believe the megalodon was pure myth, a ghost story dressed in fossil teeth. Then, in 1976, a research vessel off Hawaii hauled up something in its anchor chains. A shark species science had declared extinct for 5 million years. The megamouth. Alive. Not a fossil, not a rumor. A living, breathing creature from the edge of extinction, found in deep water. So when someone tells you a giant, deep ocean creature is impossible, remind them of that anchor chain. Picture the bottom of the Mariana Trench. No light. None. Total blackness from the first 1,000 feet and never returning. The temperature hovers just above freezing. The water is so still, it is almost solid. There are hydrothermal vents down there, cracks in the ocean floor that bleed heat from the Earth's core. Entire ecosystems cluster around them. Tube worms, blind shrimp, organisms that feed not on sunlight, but on sulfur. An entire food chain, in total darkness, 10 miles beneath the sky. And this is where things get disturbing. Something sits at the top of that chain. What if the Leviathan isn't mythology? What if it's adaptation? An organism that began in shallow water, then followed the food downward over millennia, evolving with each descent, losing its eyes, growing its pressure resistance, its metabolism slowing to match the cold, so slow it barely needs to eat. A creature that could be thousands of years old, that has never surfaced, that has never needed to. Perfectly hidden, not because it's hiding, but because it simply has nowhere else to go. Logic versus mystery balance. Now, yes, scientists will tell you the physics don't support a megafauna organism at that depth. The pressure would prevent standard biological structures from functioning. But they said the same thing about the tube worm, the same thing about the Dumbo octopus found at 13,000 feet, the same thing about life existing near superheated volcanic vents. And they were wrong. Every time. Every single time. The Mariana Trench is 1,580 miles long. We have physically explored about 3 miles of it. That footage from 2023 that was held back 11 months, it was eventually released, with 9 minutes removed. 9 minutes. No explanation given. And somewhere, right now, in water so deep and so dark that no sunlight has ever touched it, something is moving. We just sent another unmanned probe to the Challenger Deep. It comes back in 6 months. Tell me, do you actually want to know what it finds?